Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. So today I want to talk about Three Will Be Free. Three Will Be Free is a Thai drama. It was on GMM TV and it starred Mild, Tae, and Joss. Mild and Tae you might know from Kiss Me Again, where Mild played Sandy and Tae played Pete. Joss, I don't know what else he's from. I know I've seen him in a lot of things. I honestly didn't bother looking up what else I saw him in because all I need to know is that boy is cute and I follow him on Instagram. And oh my gosh, that boy is cute. Anyway, so the show is following Joss, who is a bisexual male stripper who starts having a relationship with a gangster's wife, Sia Tana, who turns out to be Shin's dad. Mild works at a different strip club, a female strip club, where she's like a manager, and Shin basically chooses her out of the room because his friends are like, well, we need to get you a girl, and he chooses her because she's not a stripper, I'm guessing, to go do things with. So that's how those two get to know each other. Joss is at that strip club and he sees Mild stealing from a foreigner, and that's how everyone kind of meets initially. They meet in different ways. Oh, I didn't talk about Joss and Tae meeting. No one needs to know how Joss and Tae meet. Watch the show and you'll see how Joss and Tae meet. But Joss, because he gets caught, or the gangster finds out his wife is cheating on him, sends his guys, Ter and Fun, to go kill this dude. Joss ends up getting out of the room and going to that club. Shin is in the bathroom, so he and Shin are just looking at her like, wait, so it's like, Shin, Neo, in bathroom, hide here. And Fawn comes in and sees Shin and is like, Shin. And things happen. Mile comes in, she gets the gun, and she shoots Fawn. Fawn is dead. And now we go into the three running away and trying to escape. We find out, we learned before about Fawn's girlfriend, May. May is transgender, and we do see where she's worried about her looks. Fawn will kill somebody if they talk bad about his girl. We see that too. And she's trying to save up so she can have her surgery. I'm about to say Gun, and a character's name is Tur, because Gunsmile, I like him. He was in Sodas. It always goes back to Sodas for me. Anyway, Tur goes to May and tells her, hey, so your boyfriend was murdered. Which, by the way, he also leaves out the fact that the murder was kind of his fault. But whatever, your boyfriend was murdered. So now May wants to go with Tur to catch these people that killed her boyfriend. She wants to kill them herself. And Mew, Shin, and Neo are now on the run. Shin's dad, because of course he is a bad guy, but he has money and he has people in his pocket, puts a picture out saying that Shin was kidnapped by these two people. And the story begins. So, about the show, how do I feel about the show? I love it. I honestly do love it. I feel like the chemistry between Mild, Tae, and Joss for a lot of the scenes was really good. When we get to learn more about Shin and Neo's relationship and how that began, we learn about Mew and her history and what happened in her backstory with the abuse. the abuse. It was abuse. And the things that she has hidden in her past, why she left home, why she's running away from home as well. I love the focus. Jenny. I gotta talk about Jenny. she's one of my favorite actresses. First time I ever saw her, I believe, was in Waterboy the movie. And she's always been given like these comedic roles and doing a lot of like weird, I guess it's supposed to be like this artistic weird deal. And she seems to like it, but I was still really happy to see her in a serious role. I felt the same way when I saw her in Gay OK Bangkok 2, where they actually gave her a little storyline and we were learning more about her, and then we saw her relationship in the end, and she had a more serious storyline for Gay OK Bangkok 2. That's how I felt watching Throuple Be Free. Like she got this more serious storyline, and we really got to see, Jenny acting. And thank you, writers, producers, and casting directors. Thank you for that, because I just feel like Jenny is one of those actors from different things I've seen. She's kind of just relegated to be like the comedic relief in a lot of the stuff she's in. And to actually see her, yes, she's still a side character, but she's a very serious side character. She has a huge role in this. I love it. I would argue that she's one of the stars, because she's technically not. Like, technically, Mild Tay and Joss are the stars of the show. She is a supporting cast. I would argue she stole the dang show. Gunsmile. I hate her. I hate the character Tur. Because he's stupid. But Gunsmile did a great job. I feel like I wish Fun had survived, because the actor who played Fun, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have preferred if Tur died and Fun lived. But then again, if Fun lived, May would have never been allowed to go on that trip hunting down these three, because Fun would have never allowed that, because Fun's thing is he's trying to get out of the gang lifestyle. He wants to get a nice little restaurant, little diner for him and May, and like she can get to run it. Like, he's saving up to build their life together, and that's the only reason he's still in there. So of course losing him is hard on May, and we see, like, this is where I'm like, Jenny was the star of the show. We see what May is going through. We see her like deciding, all right, I need to go after these people who killed the love of my life. And then we see when she is faced with murdering someone, how that whole thing goes for her. We see that. And then we see her finally, like, in a sense, it feels like she was coming to terms with what happened to Fawn and going, you know what? It's the gangster lifestyle. It comes back. It haunts you. And she and Tur, like, we see her getting Tur to agree to get out of that lifestyle as well, because there's only one way out: death. And then when what happened to Tur happens, we see her go Rambo. And oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so good. She walked in and I was like jumping up and down and screaming. I'm like, yes, May! You do that, May! You go, girl! Like, I was screaming. My husband is just like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, it's so good. And it's so weird for me to really focus on the supporting cast member, because I really felt like the reason why I kept going back to the show was for her. Like, I liked the show in its entirety. I liked the idea that was laid out. I didn't like every single scene. There were scenes where it was like, ugh, that was uncomfortable. But I do feel like Jenny carried that whole show, because she just did such a great job as that character of May. Now, back to the three main characters. I don't want to give away too much for anyone who hasn't seen Throuple Be Free, but I'm just going to say this. Yes, they end up together, but they don't end up together. There's a scene when they're by the water where Shin is like done with Mew, because he's like, you're making fun of me, you're doing this, you're doing that. And Mew is like joking around because they're all high. And she kisses him. And then Shin and Neo kiss. And then Neo and Mew kiss. And then, like, I'm like, okay. So when I saw that, I was like, I had no problem with it. I was like, oh, that's adorable. Then they go back and do their thing. And I was like, okay, cool. But then the next morning, we see Mew, like, she's thinking about it. Like, I was like, oh, does she regret it? Oh my gosh, does she regret it? What's going on? Is she, like, what about the situation? And then her ex-boyfriend coming back into the picture. It, like, that part of the drama starts unfolding. But then the hotel scene happens. And again, I'm trying not to spoil everything. But the hotel scene happens. And we see the 3B reunited. And I'm like, oh, they're good. And what I'm trying to get at is seeing the hotel scene, seeing them reunited, then seeing them split up again because Shin finds a way where he's like, I can do this to save their lives. And deciding to join his dad's organization to save their lives, to just do that. And then eventually when we get to the end of the show, where everything is kind of over, and we see Shin, Mew, and Neo, we find out, Mew and Neo have moved in together. And Shin has a house across the water. And I'm just going, so they're not together? And they're like joking about him being with PP, who is played by Top Tap. Now, let me just explain something about my relationship with Top Tap. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't dislike him. But I don't love him. But I don't hate him. Like, it's like one of those things where he is a hit or miss for me, depending on the character. With PP, for me, he was so annoying. I was like, just kill him. But they didn't. Yeah. But he, like, sometimes when he plays a character, I'm like, okay, I'm okay with this one. Like on Sotus. Because everything goes back to Sotus. But on Sotus, where he played Artit's friend from high school. I actually liked him as that character. I think that's it. I like when he plays more reserved characters, but like PP is so exaggerated. I'm just like, oh my god, just kill him already. This is a show about gangsters. Why are you allowing this incompetent fool to run around your hotel? And you're a huge, like, scary gangster. And you allowed, like, any other gangster show or movie, you had, like, someone who let the prisoner escape. They're dead. They're gone. But no, let's give him another chance. He's a young guy. And he shall be your downfall. But yeah, like, I think it was just the character. I have nothing against the actor himself. It's just the characters he plays are either a hit or a miss for me. They're just a hit or a miss. This one was a miss for me, mainly, like I said, it's supposed to be about gangsters. Why is this incompetent dude still in the gang? Like, again, I repeat, like, the only reason he's still in the gang is for continuity or for script or for, they need him for something eventually in the script. That's it. Anybody like that in a real life gang would be dead. But he survives. Yay. But Neo's brother had to die. I mean, who needs Leo? Why did Leo have to die? Why? Anyway, Leo had to die so that May could come to a realization about gang life. That's what it is. But yeah, in the end, seeing Mew and Shin together, and then Mew and Neo together, and then they're like joking around about Shin being with PP. I'm just like, what did you just do? And I'm sorry for saying the ending for anyone who wasn't interested in knowing what happens in the end. But I didn't spoil the ending of the show fully. Like, there's still drama and stuff that I haven't talked about. But with that, for me, I was just upset because I'm like, that I wanted a relationship in the end between the three of them, I guess. Because I felt like that's what it was leading up to throughout the whole show. Like, especially with the title, Three Will Be Free. I'm like expecting in the end they're going to go own a restaurant together, or go buy the hotel together, or move into Shin's dad's house. Like, you know, I'm expecting a full-on relationship in the end. And instead we get this ending where it's kind of alluding to maybe that's not it. Because it doesn't explicitly say that's not it. It just kind of alludes to that's not it. It's weird. And I don't see how it comes to that. Like, there's no like growth moment where we see like that either. I mean, at all. To me, I didn't see that. But other than that, like, scene at the end, as far as everything else, I really enjoyed it. Again, Jenny carried this show. If it wasn't for Jenny, I probably wouldn't have gone back every week to watch an episode, because I watched it while it was coming out. I was just like, when's the next episode? But yeah, Jenny definitely carried this show. She did a great job. She's probably the only reason I'm planning on watching The Shipper. I haven't started watching The Shipper yet. Because I'm worried about watching The Shipper. It's a girl in a guy body kind of thing, and like, it's not. But then again, History 1 did it, and but he was never in love with the girl. He was in love with the guy, so that was okay. So maybe that'll be something in the same with The Shipper. I'm sorry. But Jenny is the only reason why I really want to watch The Shipper, because I just really like her. Like, she's definitely become my favorite Thai actress. Joss is hot. But then dancing okay, I gotta talk about this real quick. So it opens in the male strip club, and we're seeing the male strippers do their Magic Mike routine. I'ma cry. I was like, that's I was trying not to laugh, but I laughed. I almost actually stopped it when I saw the Magic Mike routine. I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this show, but I'm glad I stick around. I'm glad I got past it. Because it took a little bit for May to show up. Once May finally showed up, I was like, I'm in! But oh my gosh, that Magic Mike routine. Oh wow. Who thought of that? Someone actually had to sit down and think of that. Oh, another scene that I really love, it's a scene with Tay and Joss where we find out how Tay and Joss meet. I'm not telling anyone how. And Tay's character, not Tay and Joss, Shin and Neo, I'm sorry. But Tay's character, Shin, runs into someone from high school, and he's talking to the guy, and he's like, so in other words, it's not that you're not into guys, you're just not into me. Why didn't you just say that? And there's a whole thing with that, and watch that scene, it's awesome. And another thing I love, I'm going to like Shin's sexuality basically, because Shin's dad, a conversation he and his dad has, where his dad straight up tells him, I don't care who you like, do not let anyone hurt you, do not let anyone take advantage of you, do not let anyone, like, you're not going to lose a fight because you're my son. So his dad just straight up lets him know, I don't give a hoots that you're gay. You are not going to embarrass me by losing fights. I don't care about the gay part. You lost a fight? You let someone beat you up? No. But I actually really liked that his dad has zero redeeming qualities. But that one. That to me was a redeeming quality. That was oh wow. He is a loving father. He really does love his son. And it is very clear that he really loves his son. But jeez, that man is evil. Everything that they did with that with that show, because I was when when I was getting ready to watch it, and I was like, oh, it's about to be a drama. It's not a comedy. Most of the stuff I watch with Thai shows are mostly comedy, or they're very light dramas. I've never watched like the gangster stuff before. I guess what's that movie with Gun, not Gun Smile, but Gun from Off Gun. It's one where he like hires people to kill his family. But it's like Deep Blue, is that the name of it? It's something blue. I think it's Deep Blue. But yeah, that was like the most gangster I ever got in a Thai movie before. So getting ready to watch a Thai TV show with that, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I was giving them a very short leash because I'm like, this is going to be horrible. I honestly felt like it was going to be horrible. It wasn't going to have great consistency. It was going to lose me in a lot of points. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, which is interesting because my husband watched it too, ish. He watched some episodes because he found it interesting, but he didn't find it that interesting. But he watched it too, and he disagrees. He felt like the quality of it was definitely below standard, and we felt maybe I was watching it with a Thai TV show standard, and in a Thai TV show standard, this is amazing. But he felt like he was watching it with an American TV show standard, and it's below par. So that's where we kind of disagreed. He still liked certain elements of the show, and we did watch some episodes together, and he enjoyed the episodes he watched, but he did feel like the standard was below quality. And while I felt like it was a great show and the standard was actually set a higher standard for me for Thai TV shows. So that was an interesting concept as well, how we looked at it differently based on the shows that we mostly watch. We both watch a lot of international stuff, and it was, to me, I guess because he doesn't watch Thai shows often, he usually sticks with anime and, a lot of Japanese stuff or Korean movies. We both love Korean movies. So I think because we were watching it, I was watching it, and I think he was right with, I was watching it in a Thai TV kind of mind, like what I expect from a Thai TV show. And because of what I expect from Thai TV shows, I really do believe Three Will Be Free set a new standard for me. And now I think when I'm watching Thai TV shows, I'm looking at Three Will Be Free, and then I'm looking at that show and I'm going, yeah, but they were able to do that. Why can't you do the bare minimum? Like, I think Three Will Be Free really did set that new standard for me. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, especially with dramas, as more dramas come out, to see how they do, what they do, and all that stuff. And we can high five in the end. But yeah, so that's how I felt about Three Will Be Free. As far as overall how I rate the show, because I really do feel like they did a very good job with it. Just certain things, certain characters, I was just like, PP. Tur. Oh my God. I couldn't stand Tur, but I understand why he needed to be in the show. Like, he really helped drive the story along, even though I preferred Fawn. But he actually is the reason why the story was able to go along that storyline. Like, he was May's storyline. We get to see how he pushes May's storyline along. And like I said, Jenny carried that show as May. So it was perfect to have them together to really show that dynamic. So thank you, Tur. Still, I hate him. PP, I hate that guy. Top Tap, I have no problem with Top Tap. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I don't dislike him. He's alright. But PP, oh my God, I hate that guy. It just reminded me of when he showed up in Waterboy the series, and I was just like, ew. That's the one dating the dad. Oh. It's just like, oh. How dare he? But I'm also saying how dare you because I watched the movie. They ended the TV show different from they ended the movie. I will say that because I honestly just had disgust in my heart because I saw the movie first. So I thought they were going to go the same route in the movie. Good job in the TV show for that. But I'm not talking about Waterboy the series because that has too many problems. Now, 3 will be free. I'm going to give this show a 9 out of 10 if I'm comparing it to Thai shows. If I'm comparing it to Thai shows, it's definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. And I'm going to keep it there. I think to get like a rating comparing it worldwide, I'd have to ask my husband to do that if he even remembers this show because we've watched other shows since then. But yeah, I think a 9 out of 10 is good for this show. And honestly, like I said, most of that is because of Jenny. Again, she did an amazing job. She did a phenomenal job. I think in one of the videos where they were promoting the show, they showed people watching the ad for it, and they all were like, wow, Jenny is doing a drama, and she just looks amazing, and this looks like the kind of thing she would do. This looks like something she really wants to get into, which I agree. I feel like dramas are something that Jenny, kills. She is phenomenal. I want to see her in more dramas, definitely. So thank you guys so much for spending the day with me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath. And remember, if you'd like to support this podcast, you can start as low as 99 cents per month. Just click on the link in the description. And thank you for your time. I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye.